Welcome. Ready here. Got my cards. Welcome to Tarot to a T. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing good. I just finished a 4-day weekend, so I'm pretty happy. Feel nice and relaxed. Got some things done. Anyway, I'm going to do a mid-month reading for the sign of Virgo. And this is if this is the first time joining me, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And if you're returning, double welcome. You are awesome. I appreciate your admiration for me and your trust in me, and I'm glad you enjoy it. It's always nice to be appreciated. So again, this is for the sign of Virgo, and this is mid-June 2020. We're going to look at a situation, Virgo, you're dealing with. And then we're going to look at the complications. There you go. And then we're going to look at some cards of advice. Because looking at all this stuff doesn't do you any good unless you have some guidance. Please give Virgo some guidance. Nice. Okay. Let's see what's going on in Virgo's world. Mid-June 2020. Wow. So you just had some kind of major ending that involves some kind of news or message that came to you. Could have involved some travel too. Like physical travel. Oh, we have the Joker. The black and white, also known as the Fool card in the traditional tarot. And we have 5 of clubs. We have all these clubs out here. So there was definitely some changes that occurred because of the major ending, and this is a little bit of a topsy-turvy kind of energy. You know, things being juggled around. And I think it's a natural course of things that things are going to change, cause major changes for you. Specifically, this is the card of major changes needing to happen because of intense dissatisfaction with, particularly like a living situation. I mean, it doesn't. Now, this doesn't mean like a marriage necessarily. It could be like a roommate situation, or you were just not happy with where you're living. You know, maybe you're renting a place and you've just had a lot of issues with things breaking down or not working. Just as an example, I'm not necessarily picking that up, but changes needed to happen. You needed major renovation to happen in your life, and I think it did because you had this cycle close. The Fool card, if you recall from traditional tarot, if you watch tarot a lot, it's kind of the card of being naive and not seeing something coming, and kind of like you're kind of out of your element, right? It's knowledge and it's experience that you haven't had before, so you're completely like a fool. You don't know how to handle it. You don't know how to perceive it. You don't have opinions about it. So it's very possible this is very kind of unexpected, but it's definitely an element of change and ending that you haven't been through before. This is new ground for you. Clubs again. 6 of clubs. Okay, so this it's kind of stating the obvious, but you have some new opportunities and doorways that are open now. First of all, that's what the 6 is here. The clubs in particularly is a positive sign. It can be about romantic relationships, but it's about happy meetings with friends, or meeting up with somebody who's a really positive influence, turns out to be a really good friend, or maybe turns into a romantic relationship. But you're definitely on a different path than you would have been if all of this hadn't happened. So it makes sense. It's kind of... It's not exactly the destiny or fate card, because there is a card for that. It's just kind of the result of changes here and endings have brought about situations that are going to lead to your growth and put you in a better place, because it is like having all avenues open for higher pursuits. That's the grand definition of the Six of Clubs. So it can affect any area of your life, financially, mentally, emotionally, you know. Take it how it fits. Choose what you want or what you're looking for. And it was on the heels of a Tower moment. Ace of Spades. So something crumbled. A major structure in your life is gone. It's been destroyed. However, as they always say with Tower moments, you have the opportunity to rebuild because there's still a foundation. So something fundamentally is still there, but now you're finding yourself kind of having to start over in some sense. It can be devastating, we won't lie, we won't sugarcoat it, but the other side of that is you have new opportunities, new doorways, new paths to pursue, and the Ace is a new beginning. God, that fits so freaking perfect. Major ending, new beginning. And this is not something you've been through before. You're feeling a little bit like you're kind of getting tossed around, I think, at the moment, Virgo. Just a little bit too much thrown your way, possibly. You're just feeling a little bit dumbfounded. That's the full energy, right? Six of Hearts. Again, this is the card of things opening up for you that you didn't have before. But this is very nice because this is it talks about relationships in the sense that you have peace and harmony coming to that area of your life. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to meet somebody new and fantastic. I mean, it could be, because these sixes kind of open up that possibility, right? But as far as existing relationships, it could mean that you're meeting a compromise with somebody. Meeting a compromise, or making a compromise with somebody, or somebody's compromising with you to reach the state of harmony. And that wasn't a possibility before. I think it took this Tower moment. Maybe the Tower moment was like a huge argument. Yeah, and it kind of knocked everything down. I do also say with this Ten of Clubs, I did mention physical travel. This could also be emotional travel. You're moving from one emotional state to another. Maybe you really thought you were deeply in love with this person, and now you're not feeling quite so attached to them. Or maybe you were experiencing some intense feelings of really being angry, and now you're not so angry. Yeah. Something like that for you has flipped. That's what I'm sensing. There's been a flip. Let's look at the complications. King of Hearts. Definitely involved your heart. Five of Diamonds might involve finances and changes in financial situation. And the Five of Hearts. Good God. You have all three. You have 3 fives out here. It's all about change, change, change. Five of Hearts. Again, major changes happening as a result of other things changing. And this is, I'll be up front with you, this is about separation. It's very possible that you physically or mentally separated from somebody, or somebody has from you. In any case, it comes out the same, right? You're still separated from this person. It may have had a lot to do with finances, but this is like kind of the settlement card in terms of changing your finances. You don't have like this big windfall necessarily, but there's some kind of settlement being made. An exchange, like, hey, I know that, as an example, hey, I know I owe you a lot because you've been paying my cell phone bill all this time, so how about I give you $500, will that settle it? That kind of settlement. And so you're like, okay, yeah, I accept that. And then you don't feel so bad about it, right? Because you've moved from this intense emotional place to kind of feeling probably okay with it. The King of Hearts is about taking control and having the authority. The traditional definition of the King of Hearts is a fatherly figure. A person who has a great ability to love and to do good. I'm seeing this more of you taking control of your heart. And you don't have to be male. The king can represent a strong male energy, especially like a water sign, a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. But I think maybe you are finally taking control of your heartstrings, or the matters of your heart. You're not being so. I don't know how to say it. It's instead of just going with the flow, I think you're saying it's important I protect myself. Kind of got that came to me. Definitely some hearts involved in this situation. Some emotions. Yeah, because here's another heart. So, 9 of Hearts. Yes, something completed. Yes. This was actually a wish fulfillment, too. This is about, like, if it is an end of a relationship, this could also indicate that, it was wanted on some kind of deep level. You could still have affection for somebody and still want a relationship to end because it's not fulfilling you on some level, right? And you know it's the best thing for both parties involved. It's not like you just wanted it to end to be mean. There's a very good reason that you wanted it to end, and only you would know that. 2 of Hearts. Now that this doesn't have anything to do with your hearts, no, because here's another heart. This is about balance and harmony, and this is a desire to be close. So we just had that come out with the card of a ending of a relationship, but literally I was just saying a second ago that you might have had still some feelings for this person. I think this is what the 2 of Hearts is. It's like you don't want to lose all of it. You just want to lose some of it as far as the relationship goes. You want to separate. Yeah. Right? You want to reach this compromise. And you want to separate. This is the card of separation. But you don't want to lose this closeness. You still desire to have this person close to you in some form or fashion. Excuse me. That would make sense. I mean, I'm going to look at your cards of advice because I think this is a very strong emotional element to this reading. And that's what this reading is about, dealing with those strong emotions. So let's see what the advice has for you. The 9 of Spades. Interesting. Sticking to the cloth. 8 of Hearts. We got the hearts again. And the 10 of Hearts. We definitely have hearts. Did you see that? This 10 of Hearts. Yes. Another major ending card. Does that surprise you? This is the card of happy celebration, though. This is like going out celebrating, having a good time, maybe even like partying with friends. I think this is where you want to be. You want to put this behind you. Completion, 9-9. Ending. There's some element, though, Virgo, that you're stuck on. It's obvious to me. And with this 8 of Hearts, again, this is hanging out with friends and going to parties and possibly having the chance to meet somebody new. This is your strong desire, though. I think these 2 cards right here are like, if you want to get to this place, you have to deal with this. This is the card of completion, but this is also the card of being completely let down, disappointed, and dissatisfied. It's it can be like an emotional death. And it wasn't so, and with this card, like when we saw the wish fulfillment up that popped up here earlier, it's not something that you brought upon yourself necessarily, because this is like things being forced upon you. So you had to go down this path of detaching, but it wasn't something you would have chosen. But because of what was involved and what happened, you had to do it. You know what I mean? You had to go through it. Perhaps you're not dealing with those feelings. I'm getting a strong sense of that because there's so much emotion out here. It's not really talking about physicality stuff. I mean, there's card of separation, like physically moving to another place, change in lifestyle being on the table, having to happen. You haven't mourned it. You're down and out about this. Perhaps you feel like you failed. And you don't want to deal with those feelings. You want all of this good stuff to come out. I think you're stuck on it, though. I think that's what's holding you back. I'm going to get a couple more cards, though. For sure. King of Diamonds. Yes, against the card of taking control. Oh, sorry, I got an itch. This could be taking control of your finances. This is also the card of like business, being smart in business. Maybe even like thinking about a plan to open a business. Perhaps that's something on the table now that you've gone through this. Maybe this is how you're trying to escape dealing with these feelings. You're focusing on your money. It's your way of controlling the emotions. Seven of Diamonds, again. This is an interesting financial card to come out because this is actually telling you to be careful with excessive spending. You know, don't gamble, don't take unnecessary risks. It's very possible you're using your money because you have, I don't know if you can see this up here, but you have Pentacles, money on this side, abundance, however you want to look at it, and you have all hearts over here, and in the middle you have this extreme disappointment and loss. So you're kind of sitting between the two. You're sitting between your desire to be happy and your desire to have financial gain, and I think you're using your ability to escape and work and to focus on money to avoid the pain. Diamonds. Nine of Clubs. Yes, again. This is a sign of being content and achievement. It's usually around work. You're probably fulfilling a lot of your desires in the financial sector. No lie. I'm seeing that very clearly. You're working hard, you're thinking about branching off into other businesses or changing your business or opening a business, and you're concentrating on your finances. But where you want to be is celebrating and having good times and meeting new people and being internally happy and content. Internally, not eternally. Having this lasting happiness. And this is stuck in the middle. It's also possible that you have to just wait and let time take care of it because this is hanging over you. What's that? The Beatles song, "There's a shadow hanging over me." You have the shadow hanging over you, Virgo. If there's no inner healing that needs to happen, like if there's nothing that you need to do to heal, it's very possible it's saying concentrate on your finances. But be careful with perhaps your longing to spend more than you should. Treat yourself to something luxurious if you have a propensity to do that or a pattern of doing that. So either you're escaping by concentrating on work, or that's exactly what you need to do. I don't think I can get much else out of this. You would have to take this how it resonates with you. If you're not working your ass off, then you need to use that as an outlet. If you are working your ass off, perhaps you need to back up and take care of your emotional needs. Process this loss, because this was a loss. Even though it was wish fulfillment, it was still a loss on a level, and you need to process that. We get energy stuck in our body. I don't know. I'm very much into this spiritualism these days. I call it spiritualism because it's kind of all over the place. It's a little Zen, it's a little yoga, it's a little esoteric, I guess you could say. But I'm starting to really understand the concept of getting energy stuck in your body and how we are energy. And I'm not just talking about like having a bad feeling, like a traumatic event. That's the extreme case. When you get that kind of energy stuck in your body and it affects you for years and years and years. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the little things, the day-to-day things. Even just, I don't know, being mad because somebody cut you off in traffic. That can build up as energy and resentment, and it can come out later. Maybe while you're driving, or maybe in another situation. But then you harbor these feelings that's how people are going to treat you, right? You're going to expect that to happen, and that's bad too, because that's getting caught in the energy and not being present. I did a reading just before this one where I talked about the present moment truly is the present moment, even in context of the past and the future. Whenever you think about the past or the future, you're thinking about it in the present moment. So the present moment is the only thing that matters. So you have to deal with things in the present, in the now. And I think I'm getting a strong inclination, I know I keep vacillating on this, that you need to deal with these feelings and this loss. Okay, enough of that. Virgo, you know what to do. Yeah, you're going to know how to take care of yourself. So hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, then you'll know when the next video comes out. Give me a like if you liked the video. I hope this helped, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.